I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way you sell sneakers and make them more expensive than they need to be. I hate the way that you take your breath. We hate the way that you gatekeep sneakers and the fact that you don't even sell them for real, dog. Most of them are fake, and the fact that we're unlocking the matrix is kind of the big deal, dog. You didn't know Big Free could rap like that, but I'm actually here and I'm spitting more bars than Kendrick and Drake combined. This is the real talk for all you new bots that are new to the game, bro. People hate sneaker resellers, and let me explain to you why that is. How did sneaker resellers get all of this well-deserved hate? You see, sneaker resellers create a huge divide within the culture. You got the people who collect sneakers and you got the people who sell them, and there's no in between. There's no middle ground. There's no agreement whatsoever between these guys, all right? So here are the facts. Sneaker resellers are like a lightning rod for hate. People actually associate them with their inability to get sneakers. Think of them as the stranger in the dark who steals candy from babies. They don't like you. They want to give you all the hate. Sneaker resellers are kind of like a lightning rod for hate. People oftentimes associate their inability to get sneakers to them. They're associated with most of the problems in the sneaker culture, whether it's deserved or not. People ultimately associate resale with a broken culture. Yeah, that pandemic that happened 4 years ago is still relevant today. The pandemic made sneakers a digital commodity. It made it so that anybody with a phone or a computer can access sneakers and get them for the low and buy them for the cheap and flip them for 10 times the price. Your mom could be a sneaker reseller. You with no education could be a sneaker reseller. It takes nothing at all, no licensure, nothing. All you need is a piece of technology and the willingness to rip people off, and you're good to go. And sneaker resale was very niche before the pandemic and the whole digital market. Very few people had the knowledge and skills necessary to sell sneakers. But ever since the advent of the internet, StockX, the digital market took a boom, and resellers definitely took advantage of that for the better and for the worst. The apps and the websites cannot handle this newfound demand for sneakers because now everybody looks at sneakers as a lottery ticket. And guess what? The websites oftentimes crash. They can't keep up with the bots. And here you have the current sneaker economy that exists today. Many resellers are fearless and faceless robots. There's no personality in the business anymore. You're just looking at sneakers on a screen on a reselling app. You don't even know who's selling them to you. It's broken. And this lack of identity is terrible for the sneaker culture because you have no connection with the people. And guess what? Personalities and connections and stories are what built this culture from the ground up. And people are getting tired of being unable to get what they want. And guess what? The only time change occurs is when people get angry and they get mad. And the truth is they took our gems. Well, they took our sneakers and made them really expensive. And I know that's a first world problem, but the truth is we're first world people, all right? So yes, people are going to get mad and complain at the fact that their sneakers are just far too dang expensive. Sneakers are not stocks. They're man-made products, and people keep treating them like they're good investments. This is not the S&P 500. These are Jordan 3s, the worst Jordans of all time, bro. They should not be selling for $500. What are you doing? The biggest sin associated with sneaker resellers is greed, gluttony. They just want more and more and more. They get sneakers for retail, they sell them for 10 times the price, and they expect people to just deal with it. Why am I paying $1,000 for a shoe that costs $200? And let's not even get into the conversation of how much it actually costs to make the sneaker itself. It's not cool, bro. It's ridiculous. Because of the high resale prices, the retail prices of sneakers has also increased because companies want their cut of the check too, guys. Look at Jordan 1s. Look at Airforces, guys. Airforce is $115. Jordan 1s, $250. Like, the price keeps going up and up and up. And it's like, how much can I milk from my consumer until their pockets are bloody dry? And people cannot afford the absurd price of sneakers nowadays, bro. Diversity has a very steep cost that many people are not willing to pay. And truth be told, I'm going to be honest, a lot of people don't mind paying a little bit extra to get a sneaker, you know? I don't mind breaking off a little sun off the top if you get me the sneaker guaranteed, you know, like maybe 10, 15%. But when I'm paying high multiples over the original price, dog, you're taking advantage of me. And people don't like feeling like they're getting taken advantage of. So how do resellers control the prices of sneakers and make it so they're so expensive? They gatekeep sneakers. That's another reason why people have so much hate and animosity towards y'all. Not only are the sneakers expensive, but you make it much harder to get them in the first place, bro. There's no equity in the game whatsoever. There's no equality, no fairness, nothing. And I get it's a business, it's a gamble, it's a luxury, but still, there's no equal footing when it comes to all this sneaker hustle. On top of that, getting hype sneakers for retail is a huge burden, bro. Think about this. When Travis Scott's drop, right? Most people get that L on their screen, bro. Most people can't actually afford to get those sneakers unless they use bots, unless they know somebody personally. It's very difficult to get hype sneakers for retail. And I know the argument is like, well, don't go for the hype stuff. But sometimes it's like, you know what? What's wrong with wanting to get something nice? But you don't see that with like luxury cars being resold for 10 times their price. When you combine that with the fact that the apps break all the time, they crash, they can't handle the demand, and the apps never have a set way of getting sneakers. Sometimes you gotta do a scratch off. Sometimes you have to enter into a raffle. You never know what your odds really are and who you're competing with. It makes getting sneakers a headache, a challenge that most people are tired of doing. And sometimes the companies will just give sneakers to select people who have status and money, and they have more resources than you do, so you can't get sneakers. It makes people just feel frustrated and they quit. You've pushed people into an ultimatum. So now customers are forced to make a choice. Do I go support other brands? Do I just keep what I have? Do I buy reps? Like, what on earth do I do? At the end of the day, everybody has made a decision. Everybody that hates reps makes a decision. Support other brands, buy other sneakers, cool. But at the end of the day, those big releases just aren't as profitable as they once were because people are tired of constantly playing the little catch and fetch game. And these two reasons I stated earlier culminate into the final reason why people hate sneaker resellers is the fact that they give sneakerheads a very bad look. Most people that sell sneakers lack empathy. Truth is, they forget what it's like to be a young hustler just trying to get shoes that you want for the back to school season or whatever. They forget what it's like to start from the bottom and work their way up. Honestly, empathy is very needed in any type of business because you need to make a connection with your customers. And sneaker resellers oftentimes miss that whole point. Not all resellers are greedy. It's just the small percentage of them are, and they're a loud and vocal percentage, and they represent a whole culture, which makes things look bad. They make a lot of sneaker resellers look obsessive, dorky, greedy, all these things that a lot of people are not. Most people just enjoy sneakers, but ever since the pandemic, you have a lot of people who have migrated into the culture who know nothing about sneakers. They don't care about fashion. They don't care about how you look with certain fits. They're just here to sell and trade, sell and trade, sell and trade like a constant machine. And they don't want to fix things up. They don't want to fix sneakers up. They're just here to make a quick buck and move on to the next quick buck. And because of this, the companies are being misled by a small, very vocal percentage of people who only follow the hype and only follow the trends. And now companies feel like they have to release a bunch of hype sneakers. That's why we keep getting Jordan 1s and Jordan 4s. Like, they're trying in the next couple of years to do something different. But look at the past 2-3 years. It's been nothing but hype and shock value. And it's getting rather boring. So resellers, listen up. I'm going to tell you how you guys can be loved once again. You just need to open your arms, spread them wide and far, and just give everybody a big fat hug. Obviously, I'm kidding. You just need to really just be yourselves, bro. I think one of the things that we need to bring back into sneaker culture is to have resellers who are known with faces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think sneaker reselling is bad in itself. I don't think hype sneakers are bad in and of itself. I just feel like the faceless nature of the culture is really bad. When you don't know who's selling you sneakers, you don't know, you can't trust them. They might be selling you fakes. You don't know who to associate that with. It makes the whole thing very soulless and like you're dealing with zombies and succubus. Just offer a service outside of sneaker reselling as well. Maybe you can sell some clothing. Maybe you can fix up sneakers. Maybe you can offer free legit checks. Something that makes people want to trust you and come back to you. That will restore the broken bond between people in this culture and really jumpstart things and maybe get things to be different, because I don't think sneaker resale is bad in of itself. And I think the amount of hate that these people have gotten is kind of why the economy is starting to go down with sneakers, because people just don't trust anymore. And y'all are an integral part of the culture. It's just you need to do right again and make it so people can trust you. But if people can't trust you, they'll never want to support you with their money. You dig?